In today's Roblox Grow A Garden video, we're going to be attempting to get every single mutation on the new HINOMAI seed from the new Sen seed pack. Now, this thing is only an 8% chance in the exotic and a 4.5% chance in the regular seed pack. So it's pretty rare, and it actually has a larger base value from what I've seen than the maple apple, which we did 2 videos ago. So this actually might end up being worth more when we get all of the mutations on it. I guess we'll have to see. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so let's go ahead and start off, of course, by spawning in all 8 of our mooncats to get a nice boost. And we're gonna go ahead and put our sprinklers down before we actually plant the seed. So let's do our master, godly, basic, and advanced. And then we're also gonna try to do a flower froster because I don't know if this is technically a flower seed. I think it is. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the pack of sprinklers here. All right, I have some watering cans. I'm going to go ahead and spam some watering cans on this thing to get it to grow in. All right, our HINOMAI is grown in now. Or at least it says it's 100%. Let me just give it a couple more watering cans just to make sure it's grown. All right, there we go. Now it's actually done. So I believe the flower itself is supposed to sprout off the very top of the plant, and hopefully we can get a big one. Let's see. Are any of our mooncats sleeping? There's one over here. Let me go ahead and place it in between these 2. Oh, there's 3 of them on it. Okay, that might help. And then there's some more over here. Let's just let them sink in. Wait, what the heck? There's like a layer. Oh, wow. I think we actually might have had a really big flower. Now it won't let me pick it up, actually. So I think we have a really giant flower. How am I gonna move this? Yeah, that is huge. All right, well, since it's pretty humongous, I'm gonna go ahead and have my main account come over here and hit the grow all button just so it will grow in a little bit faster. And let's see what size we got. I think we got a good one. All right, let's see it. And yeah, that's a pretty big flower. That thing is literally bigger than the stem. Can we trowel it now though? I don't know. We can't. We literally cannot trowel it. I want to move it back over there, but I can't. So I guess we're just gonna have to leave it there, and any new sprinklers we'll just have to move over here because this thing is not budging. It's so big that I can't move it. All right, well, we have Frozen and Tranquil, but these don't really matter too much because we're gonna go ahead and get 5 mutations on it so we can get this thing to Rainbow. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply Shock to it. We're going to apply Pollinated to it, and we're going to apply Chocolate to it. And there we go. Now we have 5 mutations. And with that, we can go ahead and pick up all of these mooncats that we have. And we can go ahead and spawn in a queen bee and a butterfly. In about 15 minutes, our queen bee will cool down and then refresh our butterfly's ability to convert all 5 of these mutations to Rainbow. And while we wait for that to happen on my main account, we're going to put down a kitsune and a queen bee as well over there. As soon as we have this thing turned to Rainbow, my main account's kitsune pet will come over here and steal it, but then it'll apply chakra to our huge HINOMAI plant. So we just gotta wait around for about 15 to 20 minutes now, let all these pets do their thing, and then we can start stacking up on actual mutations, and it should be a good time. All right, so it's finally time for our queen bee to be done with her cooldown and to recharge our butterfly so we can get this HINOMAI to turn into a rainbow HINOMAI. Let's see it. All right, queen bee refreshed the butterfly. The butterfly is now going in, and all 5 of our mutations are now being converted to rainbow. And boom, there we go. So now we have a rainbow HINOMAI plant. We're gonna go ahead and pick up our queen bee and our butterfly. And what we're gonna go ahead and do first is apply our sprays back onto this. Oh. Or is there something happening? Am I about to get some cool admin mutations finally? Well, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and apply my cloud touch onto here. We're gonna apply chocolate. We're gonna apply shocked. We're gonna apply pollinated. And oh, and there's my kitsune from my main account applying its mutation. There we go. HINOMAI is now chakra as well. So we have rainbow shock, chocolate, chakra, pollinated, and cloud touch. All right, then we're gonna go ahead and use one of our honey sprinklers here to get honey glaze applied to it. And that should have taken care of that. There we go. Perfect. Dad? Okay, well, we might actually get some good mutations today because they're doing an admin abuse event in here. I don't know who's controlling it at the moment, but this is the stuff Brighter used to do for us. So, yeah, maybe we can get Galactic on here. But this is perfect timing, so we can get some extra mutations. All right, well, we got to work on all of our pet mutations while all these events go crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on that as well on the side here. So I'm going to use a disco bee or 2 so we can get disco, even though we may or may not need these depending on what events they spam in today. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do 2 cooked owls as well so we can get cooked or burnt. I guess we'll see what other events they start as well. I'm also going to spawn in one of my Tranquil Scarlet so we can get Tranquil done before the next Zen Aura event. And we can also get a chance for Verdant. Oh, what is this? Oh, the infected event. Maybe we can get the infected mutation as well. Come on, big boy. We're going to go ahead and add in a chicken zombie for zombified while we also have the zombies here. Can I, like, lick this plant to give it infected, please? Thank you. All right, and then finally we're going to spawn in a kappa because this guy will give us the wet mutation onto our Hinomai, and then once it's applied wet, it can turn that into bloodlet. And then we'll work with a few more pets after that going forward, but this should be a good start so we can get all of these mutations out of the way. Okay, well, now we also have a disco event going on, so if we get disco applied to our Hinomai, then we can actually just get rid of our disco bees and put some more pets down. So yeah, this event spam is actually going to really help us out today, although we didn't get 2 of them already. Let's go ahead also and use one of our star crawlers and put it right next to this thing, because I don't really know if we'll get a celestial event, but because I had to move this from over here, we need a star crawler pretty close by so we can actually get that mutation applied. I'm also going to add some more tanning mirrors and we should be good. So now we should be good with all of our pets. Let's go ahead and wait, see what happens, see what our pets apply, and hopefully we can get all of our pet mutations done pretty quickly. We have Jandel Heavenly event, so maybe we'll get Heavenly. That would be a nice mutation to have on here. All right, let's see if Kappa adds wet mutation to our Hinomai. Let's see. Yep, there we go. It's now watered with the wet mutation, and then it should try to reapply shortly, so we can hopefully get that wet to turn into bloodlet. Oh, black hole. Possible void touch. We're getting so many of the good events, but we're not getting any of the mutations to actually apply. Hey, let's go. We got burnt added on. Thank you, cooked owls. All right, cooked owls are good. We can go ahead and get rid of these 2 guys here, and then we can actually spawn in another kappa here, so we can attempt to get our wet turned into bloodlet. And then I guess we can spawn in another chicken zombie. Well, I forgot that the Tanukis can apply chilled, and of course they just did and made our wet turn into frozen. We were trying to wait for that wet to turn into bloodlet from our kappas, and this guy, he just made it chilled, dude. I didn't want chilled yet. I need to remember that he can do chilled for next time, so I don't spawn him in until we get this thing at least bloodlet. I guess what we'll go ahead and do then is spawn in another Tanuki, just so we can get this thing to get the moonlit mutation, and I guess we'll also go ahead and spawn in our first pterodactyl so we can get this thing to get windstruck on it. Now, the thing about the pterodactyl is if we don't get twisted with the windstruck, we still have to wait for a twisted event so we can get this thing to tempestuous. But hopefully our pterodactyl comes in clutch and applies twisted with that windstruck so we get both of them done. All right, so I have a few medium pet toys here we're going to use to give some of our pets a boost, including our pterodactyl, so we can try and get tempestuous when he does the windstruck. I'm also going to give this to our Tanuki so we can hopefully get that moonlit mutation done and out of the way. Here's one other guy. He's up here. There we go. They're both boosted. And I guess we'll give it to our Scarlet. Oh, there he is. All right, there we go. Cappy has a toy as well. All right, so there we go. Okay, try to apply Tranquil but failed. Oh, I didn't know it was not 100% chance. I thought it could always apply Tranquil. All right, Pterodactyl, please apply both Windstruck and Twisted. We need to get both out of the way, so I'd be very happy if you could do both for us. That'd be really nice of you. Let's see. Oh, let's go. Pterodactyl applied a mutation, Windstruck, and Twisted. I just had to ask nicely, and Pterodactyl's got our back. So now we have Tempestuous added onto here, which means our Hinomai has 10 mutations so far. We would have 11 if we saw that Amber Spray. Anyways, we can go ahead and pick up our Pterodactyl now that his work is done. Sorry, I'm very gassy. And then we can go ahead and apply another Scarlet, I guess. That way we can try to get Verdant a little bit faster. Ooh, perfect. We got a Sandstorm. Let's see if we can actually get Sandy today. This is always a tough one. I really wish I could move this plant over here because this is like the lucky corner over here, but I literally cannot travel this thing and I don't know why. All right, did we get anything? No, not at all. We did not get any Sandy. I don't know why our luck is always so bad with Sandy. Oh, it's the top of the hour. We're going to get Tranquil. We're at least going to get another mutation added onto this. Look at this. Watch this. Look at that. It's beautiful. We got Tranquil on our plan. All right, well, that's another mutation out of the way. But we're going to go ahead and give some toys to the Disco Bees again. Hopefully that will make them disco and give us disco. One of our Disco Bees are discoing. Oh, there we go. Disco is applied to the Hinomai. The other one's discoing, but it's too late. It's already done. All right, so we can go ahead and get these guys out of the way. They'll keep their buffs for later. And let's go ahead and, are you Nico? Here, take this. That's a little buff for you. And there you go. That buff helped. We now have Verdant on our Hinomai. We have Tranquil and Verdant now, so we can get rid of both of these Scarlets. Get those guys out of the way. We also have Disco. We got those guys out of the way. I guess we can go ahead and apply some more chicken zombies in here so we can get zombified done. And then I will also put a Mimic Octopus because either this guy will mimic the chicken zombies and give us zombified faster, or he'll mimic our Tanukis and maybe give us Moonlit. We're going to wait around for a little bit longer, see if any other events happen, see what happens with our pets if they give us the mutations we need, and I guess we'll be back shortly. Oh, so it looks like we just got a heat wave to spawn in, so now we have Paradisal on our Hinomai, and yeah, so that's good. I wish Paradisal would stack sun-dried as well like it used to. Now once you have Paradisal, it doesn't stack sun-dried onto your plant. I really wish it did, so that way we don't have to worry about getting another heat wave in case we get sandy and then we turn that into clay and ceramic. All right, so we just had one of our chicken zombies apply the zombified mutation to our Hinomai, so now that is added on, and we are up to 14 mutations in total. So with that, we can go ahead and favorite this just so we don't pick it up. And let's go ahead and pick up all of our chicken zombies here. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and spawn in both of my raptors so they can start leveling up a little bit. That way we can get their chances increased of getting the amber mutation when we pick up fruits, because they're only at like a 2% chance right now. I guess we'll too spawn in our queen bees just to help with cooldowns for these little manukis here, and that should hopefully speed up the process so we can get this thing moonlit. Okay, so after like literally hours, it's been at least 2.5+ hours, our Tanukis finally got us moonlit applied, and I wish we had bloodlit. We could have gotten bloodlit if we had the wet mutation mixed with the kappa. But anyways, overall though, so far we have 15 mutations on our Hinomai. Now we would have 16 if we had the amber spray, which we ran out of. So we do have these raptors that I've just left out to level up, which their chances haven't really increased much. I mean, it's almost a 3% chance now to give us amber mutation on this. Now I am going to wait just a little bit longer to see if we get a shooting star celestial event, because there should be a moon event in about 5 minutes. And looking at my Discord server, we have a Grow a Garden bot set up for events and seeds, which if you want to join the Discord server, discord.com/invite/bandites, or just click the link in the description. But we have a chat in there, and I actually noticed that every 4 hours is a moon night event, and usually those can follow with a meteor shower. So we're gonna go ahead and wait and just see if that plays out so we can maybe get celestial added onto this. All right, well, we had a nighttime event spawn in, but there was no celestial event afterwards. So I guess excuse me, in terms of legit mutations that we're missing is pretty much sandy, and we could have got that turned into ceramic. We're also missing amber, which we don't have any more sprays, but we're going to try to get that now with these guys when I pick it up. And we're also missing aurora. We had quite a bit of admin events get spammed earlier, but we didn't get any of those besides disco, but that was only from our disco bees. We're about to pick up our Hinomai, and we're going to see if we get amber from our raptors here. If we don't, we have 15 mutations on it, and if we do, we'll have 16 mutations, which means we would have had a second row. All right, but without further ado, we're going to try to pick it up. Let's see if these guys will channel that 4.6% for us and see if we get amber. Let's check it. And I don't think that's amber, because if you look at something like this, the amber, you can definitely tell it's more of a yellowy tint. Overall, this still is really big. We have quite a few mutations on it, and I think this should still give us some good money. Steven, what is the value of our big old Hinomai plant? All right, let's check. Anything to sell? How much is this worth? 93 billion, which I believe our maple apple was still worth more than this, but this is a huge plant, and we did get quite a few mutations on this. To me, I don't know if that's worth it, but let me know what you guys think. Is this plant worth buying or opening Zen packs for, or would you rather just get the maple apple? Let me know down in the comments below. Drop a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.